Fear is Dead on Groovey.TV, the Gauntlet interview series. The other day we recorded our interview and we had a lot of fun doing it, and we got a little lost doing it. So I'm covering some things we might have missed. We established we're Fear is Dead, and we're born and raised in New York City. We're a New York City band. Heavy music, metal, hard rock. We mix it up, experiment a lot, and have a lot of different influences, all of us. Carlos, our drummer, Matthew, our bass player, and myself, Skilla, vocalist. We're from Queens, and David, our guitar player, is from Brooklyn. We got together about 3 years ago, and been hitting the scene hard since, getting a lot of love. Shout out to all the supporters, thank you. And we just put out our newest video, Dirt Nap, and it's from our What Remains EP, which you can catch on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, all the usual suspects. It's out there. You can just Google us, we'll come up. You can get the music free, which I encourage, but if you want to purchase it and support us, we'd really appreciate all the support we can get. Come see us live, and you'll see we work hard for this, and we put a lot of love into it. So with that, on to the debauchery and madness and the interview. Thank you again, Groovey.TV and Gauntlet interview series. Shout out to Tag Publicity, and shout out to Tony and Ish for all your help putting this together. And we had a lot of fun. Hi, we're Fear is Dead. This is David on guitars, Carlos on drums. My name is Skilla, I'm a vocalist. This is Matt on bass.
Question number one, hello, how's everyone doing today? That's the first question. So today is move-in day here at their new laboratory, Block 6 Studios. We're happy to share rooms together.
Block 6!
So now we're roommates, which is amazing. So
yes.
And so these guys have a new album, and I would like to ask a question about the vibe of the new album, if you could explain this to me, Skilla.
Yes. And it's actually an EP. It's a 5-song EP. It's called What Remains, and it's one of our more creative attempts. We're more in our zone now, so we got to play around with stuff, and it's a little more expressive on my side. Yeah, and it's available on every format. You can find it online. Just Google us, we'll come up. And most of the time you can probably find it for free, but if you want to purchase it, we'd appreciate it.
That's fantastic. Who produced this, if you don't mind me asking?
We produced it. We produced, edited it. It was mixed and engineered by Kerry Pompey and mixed by Russell Miller.
Oh, Russell Miller. Shout out to Russell Miller.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Matt, have you named your body parts, and what are they?
Billy the Dick.
That's real original, and I respect that.
Yep.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Really.
What are you working on right now?
Actually, yeah, we got some pretty good stuff cooking up. We just finished retooling a couple old songs, writing some new ones for this next EP. So putting the finishing touches on that, trying to we take this seriously. So I really wanted to make sure we're all on plan.
What, if you could, in your own words, could you please describe to me your face? Just tell me about your face. Tell me all about it, in your own words. Indeed. Okay. Very good. Very good.
That makes sense.
I agree. Carlos, tell me about some of your influences.
Drumming wise, easily my favorite drummer is Martin Axelrod.
Oh shit.
Opeth and Bloodbath. He's one of the few drummers who's like plays death metal like crazy, and then flip a switch, he's a jazz drummer. Like not a metal drummer playing jazz. He sounds like a jazz drummer. Has a groove of it, and it's like it's ridiculous. That's like that's goals. I don't know. I wanna do my metal shit and then groove the fuck out, and it'll be sick.
Mad respect. Mad respect. Holy shit. Awesome. Matt, I have a question for you. These guys congregate.
I have an answer for you, Tony.
I hope you do. That's fantastic. I'm always fascinated on the names of songs. Where do you guys get the names for your songs?
Well, we have our prototype song names
Okay.
when we're writing it, so we remember what it is. And that song name comes from whatever the fuck the first person opens their mouth says. We ended up with songs like Dog Puppy, Eat Shit, I Forgot My Asshole, Warp Speed, you know. And then we end up with, you know, the final product. Based on the theme, Skilla is highly opposed to using the song lyrics. So if you had noticed, none of the song titles come from our lyrics.
Ah, okay.
So I feel like that's interesting.
That's like from another planet, man.
It is.
That's crazy. Yo, Skilla, from another planet, speaking of another planet, who, in your personal opinion, if you were to name one of your band members, who's definitely 100% an extraterrestrial from another planet, who would it be? Oh, right.
Not sure right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back to that question.
I'm too high for this shit.
Okay. Here's a question that I would like to ask all of you.
All of us.
All of you. Everyone has an answer.
Okay.
Do either and any of you have names for your instruments? Do you name your instrument?
Jessica.
That's a weird name. Jessica.
I like David's.
I thought it was kind of unusual. But okay.
No, it's kind of just nameless, but I would just call it my baby.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
It's a lot of things with drums, so that makes sense.
There's
Okay.
so many pieces.
I have a new
Smash
guitar.
pig.
Ever changing.
I named my guitar
Smash.
Patience.
He named his guitar Patience.
It's taking me a while to learn.
Okay, so Matt, so let's say you had a chance to kiss Miley Cyrus or Justin Bieber, right? How would you get to the space station as efficiently as possible?
I guess I'd walk. Walking on my hands.
So Carlos, who has now been on the space station we've been talking about, speaking of important things, tell me a little bit about some of the unwritten rules of touring, especially here in our local vicinity.
Oddly,
You just came back from tour.
Yeah, I came back from tour with
Nice.
another band, Spectral Voices.
Hell yeah, shout out to
Definitely
Spectral
project.
Voices real quick.
Awesome.
What the fuck?
My two loves. So definitely, oddly enough, I'd say try not to have too much fiber. Like getting clogged up ain't so bad. Because this ain't the devastation of the nation tour. You don't gotta take a shit at every rest stop that you pass by, and that like just wastes so much time. Be safe. Yeah, just don't. Yeah, careful what you eat. General.
Damn,
Yeah.
And synchronize your pooping schedules.
that sounds about right. Okay, cool. Next question, Skilla. I have a choice for you to make. Peace or freedom. You cannot have both.
It's
One
a
or the
trick
other.
question.
No, it is not. I'm not tricking you.
Alright. Some people may not like this answer, so I'm going to enjoy saying it. For peace, you'd probably have to eliminate all your enemies. And that's not too peaceful.
That's not peaceful.
But for freedom, you have to allow all sorts of madness. And in that, you might be forced to eliminate all your enemies.
Damn.
Okay, so
So I'd go with peace.
okay, sounds better, right?
Yeah, it just sounds better.
What legendary musicians would you like to play badminton with?
What the fuck is that?
Badminton is like tennis, but like it has a shuttlecock, right? We have a
Oh,
shuttlecock.
what? Oh, what?
AKA Birdie.
Well, okay, moving right along. Carlos, if you can ask yourself one question, what would it be?
Wow, that's deep. Honestly, I'd probably say, if you could ask yourself one question, what would it be?
What? What is an extravaganza? And what is it about the vaganza that makes it so important? Tell me about what makes an extravaganza.
You know, there's nothing wrong with extravaganza.
If anything, I'd prefer more vaganza.
I like
more-
a lot
more
of
I definitely like
Vaganza's
vaganza.
great.
You know, speaking of vaganza, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Anything that's not ass.
Oh, David, you've been kind of, talkative over there. I want to ask you something. What is the history of your band as told by your favorite fictional character? I would have never expected that character, first of all.
That's the perfect Yoda impression.
That's amazing. He's the best. I just got to... Perfect.
Dude.
Okay, so speaking of Yoda, I kind of personally feel... Well, so, Matt, I feel like you're a Yoda, aficionado. Would you say that as a Yoda aficionado who plays bass guitar on, in the Dagobah system, are you more, you're by yourself most of the time. You got to pass the time. Would you say you are more artsy or fartsy? And explain.
I'm glad I thought this question was going to go towards masturbation at first.
Okay.
Talking about lonely times.
Right.
As far as being artsy or fartsy,
Indeed.
I farted into a trombone once. So, I feel like I'm both.
Carlos, tell me, for you, what's going apeshit?
You ever seen, you ever just slowly watched maybe like an older aunt or uncle or like grandmother with like just bite into cheesecake with no teeth? No teeth at all. And then you go to a Fear's Dead show and you see David live.
Oh, shit.
That's it. That's
Wow.
going ape shit.
Because he has no teeth. That way?
Double
Dildo goggles.
Skilla.
Dildo goggles.
Fuck you.
What?
No. If you... if you could say one thing to all your fans, all of them,
All jokes aside,
all jokes aside, what
All
would you
my
say to
fans?
all of your fans for real?
at the same time.
I'd say all jokes behind, not necessarily aside. Cause, like, it's
My
still gonna
fans
be
or our fans?
misconstrued.
All jokes in front?
I have separate fans too.
Behind. Aside?
The band's fans.
You have bands in...
Fans fans.
This isn't
That rhymes.
Oh,
the band's
He's
fans.
talking about Skilla and the Fids.
Oh, the vids!
Alright. Honestly, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support over the years. Been growing steadily, surely, and you guys have given the confidence to do that, the support to do that. We love you guys, and look forward to seeing you at the next show. It'll probably be my birthday.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, David, since you interrupted him, I kind of wanted to ask you, just, come on, like, why would you interrupt this guy like this? So, fuck you, first
Talks
of
a
all.
lot.
Second of all, how many 4-year-olds would it take to kick your ass?
All of them.
Oh, shit! Ladies and gentlemen, Fear is dead.